is present in the courtroom.
Right.
Daybell for the defense.
All right, I'm going to need you to scoot up to that microphone. We also have present in the courtroom a representative from the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office. Do you want to announce?
It appears to me that Lori is not wearing makeup, which happens to be the first time since she's been in court. I don't see any mascara on or any lipstick or anything, which is kind of amazing. I'm guessing, based on that she really, truly thought she was not going to go to court today. Even Monday, when she, in my opinion, pretended to be deathly ill, she couldn't even move from a wheelchair to a chair because she was so sick. She had her hair and makeup done, but not today.
Yes, Your Honor. Joseph V. Hill on behalf of the Sheriff's Office and Correctional Health Services.
All right. After court on Monday, immediately after court, I ordered the Sheriff's Office to provide some sort of medical assessment of the defendant. I received a pleading late yesterday afternoon indicating that Correctional Health Services examined the defendant around 12:30 p.m. yesterday. The defendant was treated for one condition, and Correctional Health Services has indicated that from a medical standpoint, we do not find any clinical indications to miss court. Is that correct, Mr. Vigil?
Yes, Your Honor, and we have additional information if you need it, but it's not much. But
all right. All right, let me turn to the defendant.
This is probably going to be a HIPAA violation coming up here.
Your Honor, first of all, can all of this be sealed? Anything that having to do with my medical? I don't think that's something that all of this needs to be sealed, including the minute entry and
Hold on.
the response from MCSO, all these things.
I can seal the response from MCSO, yeah, but to the extent, well, do you have any other information you want to provide me as to why you're not medically able to proceed? Right now, the only objective information I have is that you were assessed and CHS sees no clinical indications of why you need to miss court.
They told me
If it's
that
something you want to discuss on sidebar, we can do that.
that would be great.
All right, I'll ask.
I'm going to go ahead and show the entire sidebar as it happens, because then you can see in how much time is spent with the judge deciding how to proceed. But I'll go ahead and talk over it, because basically all that's happening is white noise. That's all we hear from this video because it's being blocked. Now, for those of you that don't know, their sidebars are done on headsets because Lori is an already convicted killer and she's representing herself. So generally, an attorney can go up and have a sidebar with the other attorney and the judge. But in her case, that can't happen because she's already a convicted killer. So she has no right to approach the judge, so they have the headsets. And this is how they do their sidebars. But they have very loud white noise in the courtroom during it, so you can't hear what they're saying to each other. And we can just speculate. But the one thing that we know for sure was Monday, the judge appeared to me to be very frustrated with Lori's shenanigans. He tried to move forward with the jury on Friday. He tried on Monday. And now, here we go again. She's trying to do the same shenanigans. And he is working towards taking back his court. And you can tell that based on the filings that he submitted on Monday that became public knowledge today, which basically was the fact that he had her assessed. He wanted a medical evaluation done to see if she really truly was sick. I'm guessing they did flu tests, COVID tests, checked her for fever, checked her for everything. And all that we've heard so far is that she has one condition. And then we've heard that she has a headache. So her one condition is a headache, which even that can be faked. It's all relative, right? And just as a reminder, during her trial for the murder of Charles Vallow, her fourth husband, it was brought out from some text messages that she and Melanie, her niece, used being pretend sick as a way to manipulate situations. This is one of her go-tos. So here she is, using her same playbook call. So she's got a headache, and apparently there was some buzz going around in the courtroom that she was offered ibuprofen and she wouldn't accept it. So basically, you have a headache, but you won't take medicine. It's on you. That does not mean we don't have court. So they're going to go round and round and round right here, trying to figure out whether or not she needs to move forward or not. I think at this point, if it doesn't move forward, this could possibly be a mistrial, and everything starts again, which I think is what she's going for. Lori is trying her best to take control of a courtroom and to maneuver, but I have a feeling it's going to backfire. We'll see what the judge says, but basically, I think it's interesting, just on a side note, that there's different voices that Lori uses depending on what she's trying to do or how she's trying to manipulate. And Monday's proceedings, she was like, I just can't, and kind of whiny, crying, sick voice. Today, I think she was starting off to do that, but it already switched over to snarky voice Lori as she's getting upset once again with the judge. She doesn't want this judge. She doesn't want any of this. So she's trying to get out of it. But I don't think that she can keep on this manipulation course. I talked about it in my video on Monday that this is just a game she's playing, but the gig is getting close to being up. It's time. You have been assessed. You can't play the sick card forever. And it's time to move forward. So we'll see what the judge ends up ruling. But yeah, you can see her shaking her head. She's not happy. She's not happy at all with whatever the judge is saying to her. It's a tricky place to be in because you want to keep control of your courtroom, but you also don't want to give her any leverage for an appeal or a mistrial. So yeah, it's just such a fine line. And I think she's figured that out. And so she's going to play this card as much as she can. But ultimately, I think she's at the end of that rope. On a side note, I do have a friend that's in the courtroom during this trial, and she was telling me that Lori will not stand for the judge. So when they say all rise for the judge, everyone stands but her. She is so disrespectful and rude, and I guess it's her defiant way. It'll be interesting to see if she will do it when the jury's in front of her, or if she'll continue with this little tantrum of hers. She hasn't even tried to hide the fact that she absolutely despises this judge with all of her, attempts to get him thrown off the case and the snarky voice and talking over him and all of those things. But still, just the basic common courtesy. All right, here it comes. The judge is going to rule on it.
Intends on proceeding with jury selection today. Depending on how things go, I don't know that I would make the parties do their opening statements or not, but that remains to be seen today. The court finds that the court has not been provided any objective medical information of why the defendant can't proceed today. Although the defendant expressed that she has a headache and is not able to proceed, she was able to fully advocate on her own behalf and articulate to me the reasons why she doesn't think she can proceed, and seems to be of sound mind and ability to proceed. So we're going to bring the jury in. How many jurors do we have? We're still missing 6. Mr. Vigil, you can be excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
We'll give those jurors a few more minutes.